Welcome everybody. This is And Many More, and you're listening to And Many More Poetry Podcast. Man, I have a special edition for you. This is a new, that new thing that I have for you guys. I need you on this one because I need you on this one. I need you guys to tell me which one is going to be the best. So I'm gonna give you an example. So these two poets, I'm talking about Zewande, Bhengu, and Koleka Putuma. They both have a poem called Water. So I'm gonna play it for you right now, and you will have to decide which one took the cup for you. So make sure you like, subscribe, and follow the channel, man. Thank you so much. And many more. Shiyabonga.
Power 98.7.
So, as you've heard in our first half hour, poetry definitely has the ability to carry the voice and mood of entire generations. An incredible medium of expression. So very, very powerful, it shakes the nation and builds them too. Zewande Bhengu is a South African poet, an actor and director, best known for his role as Crocodile on the SABC1 drama series Sticks and Stones. But of course, poetry is what brings you here. Take it away.
Apparently, black people don't know how to swim. Apparently, our hell holds no fire but is a flood, an ocean, clouds of infinite rain. Apparently, we are dirt and dust, too afraid to turn into mud, so we don't even bath. Let me remind you, we have a genealogy of crying rivers, sweating storms, bleeding puddles and dams. Who do you think taught your fathers how to swim? It's the slaves who learned how to swim by learning how not to drown, how not to sink, how not to die, how to keep kicking, and the basic instinct to stay alive. It's the alligator bait child who learned how to survive the jaws of the water, how to breaststroke to the other side and not be a lamb to the slaughter. It's the black fathers who mastered the butterfly by diving in for their daughters. It's the slaves who learned how to freestyle, attempting to flee the torture. Is the aboriginal man who survived the sinking of the slave ship, whose lungs learned how to expand enough to inhale the Pacific. Is the dead black bodies silently floating to the shore, giving in to the rigor mortis, mindlessly thrown overboard. Who did you think taught your fathers how to swim? If it's not the nigger who learned how to quietly paddle spit off of his face, how to quietly paddle in spit with his face, how to quietly wade in piss, it's the yes bus gaffer, frog paddling in his sweat. It's the footak boor gaffer, stripped of his breath. They riddled our fathers with bullets to learn how punctured lungs cannot hold breath, how sunken bodies cannot grow gills. We were the first mermen and mermaids. We were made men. Our women were made maids. Our boys were made men. Our girls were made sex slaves to men. We earned skinny dipping in muddy waters. Who did you think taught your fathers how to swim? Have you not seen how we wade in poverty? How we can live stacked like sardines, build fish tank-sized shacks for whole families. Our boys live like the Marines. They have learned how to go fishing. Have you never wondered why a hijacking feels like piranhas feeding? We are swimming in debt. Our lives are an ocean we are not allowed to live in. We are anchored in debt, treading the waters of mass depression. We are reduced to moving in knots. We are the birthers of Poseidon, native water tyrants. Tina bomapula, ovulazizo, ozanemvula, omomlambo, omojaja, onomkhubulwana. Who did you think taught your fathers how to swim?
Zewande, Bhengu. Amazing.
Power 98.7. Podcasts.
The memory of going to the beach every New Year's Eve is one I share with cousins and most people raised black. How the elders would forbid us from going in too deep to giggle, to splash in our black tights and ShopRite plastic bags wrapped around our new weaves, forbid us from riding the wave for fear that we would be a mass of blackness swept by the tide and never to return like litter. The elders forbid us as if the ocean has food poisoning. I often wonder why I feel as if I am drowning every time I look out into the sea. This, and feeling incredibly small. And I have often heard this joke about black people being scared of water or not being able to swim. We are mocked, and we have often mocked ourselves for wiping our faces the way that we do when we come out of water, compared to how they do it all Baywatch-like, and how we so ratchet-like with our postures and kink. Every time our skin goes under, it's as if the reeds remember that they were once chains, and the water, restless, wishes that it could spew all the slaves and ships onto shore, whole as they had boarded, sailed, and sunk. Their tears are what have turned the ocean salty. This is why our irises burn every time we go under. Every December 16th, December 24th, December 31st, our skin re-traumatizes the sea. They mock us for not being able to willingly throw ourselves into something that was instrumental in trying to execute our extinction. For you, the ocean is for surfboards, boats, tans, and all the funky stuff you do under there in your bathing suits and goggles. But we have come to be baptized here. We have come to stir the other world here. We have come to connect our living to the dead here. Our respect for water is what you have termed fear. The audacity to trade and murder us over water, then mock us for being scared of it. The audacity to arrive by water and invade us. If this land was really yours, then resurrect the bones of our colonizers and use them as a compass. Then quit using black bodies as tour guides or the site for your authentic African experience. Are we not tired of dancing for you, gyrating and singing on cue? Are we not tired of gathering as a mass of blackness to atone for just being here? To beg God to save us from a war we never started, to march for a cause caused by the intolerance for our existence. Raise our hands so we don't get shot. Raise our hands in church to pray for protection, and we still get shot there too. With our hands raised. Invasion comes so naturally for your people. So you have come to rob us of our places of worship too. You have come to murder us in prisons too. That is not new either. Too many white people out here acting God. Too many white people out here doing the work of God. And this God of theirs has my tummy in knots. Him and I have always had a complicated relationship. This blonde hair and blue-eyed Jesus of my Sunday school has had my kind bowing to a white and patriarchal heaven, bowing to a Christ, his son and 12 disciples. For all we know, the disciples could have been queer. The Holy Trinity is a weird, twisted love triangle. And the Holy Ghost transgendered, but you will only choose to understand the scriptures that suit your agenda. You have taken the liberty to colonize the concept of God, give God a gender, a skin color, and a name in a language we had to twist our mouths around. Blasphemy is wrapping slavery in the gospel and calling it freedom. Blasphemy is having to watch my kind use the same gospel to enslave each other. Since the days of Elijah, we have been engineered to kneel to whiteness, and we're not even sure if the days of Elijah even existed, because whoever wrote the Bible did not include us. But I would rather exist in that godless holy book than in the history books that did not tell the truth about us, for us, on behalf of us. If you really had to write our stories, then you ought to have done it in our mother's tongues, the ones you cut off when you fed them a new language. We never consent, yet we are asked to dine with the oppressors and serve them forgiveness. How? when the only ingredients I have are grief and rage. Another one who looks like me died today. Another one who looks like me was murdered today by your kind. May that be the conversation at the table, and we can all thereafter wash this bitter meal with amnesia and go for a swim after that, just for fun. Just for fun.